Jimmy hates everything about his job. But he was not like this. When he was young, he was used to be fascinated with the treadmill.
Hey Brian, did you see that treadmill in the living room?
He saw his father and mother running on it and thought it was the coolest toy in the universe, largely because it was off limits and thus foreign to him.
Please, Dad.
One day, his parents decided to let him walk and jog on it. He had a blast that first day, playing with the speed and incline under his parents' close supervision. He was literally on it for 5 miles.
Running, run!
After that, he jumped on it a few more times, but each time he stayed on it for a shorter duration. After about 10 times, he won't go near it. Why, Jimmy? What happened? What was novel, exciting, and challenging turned monotonous routine work, and Jimmy then chose to spend his time elsewhere.
I don't like it, Mom. I don't like it one bit.
Creativity isn't bad. It's the best thing about you.
Adults are not wired any differently than children. We love a challenge, love to learn, love freedom to create and grow personally. If you have a job that only challenges you so much and requires more hours than you have in one day, you will inevitably hate your job. Picture it the same as if you only exercised one way. By getting on a treadmill and running harder every day than you did the day before, no variation, no pace, no intervals, no elevation changes. Just busting yourself as fast as you can go until you are exhausted and then doing it again tomorrow. Sure, it will be incredibly challenging, but the lack of creativity will drive you nuts and you will grow to hate working out.
Driving me nuts, Joseph. Driving me nuts.
If you mix in some treadmill with other forms of exercise like weightlifting, biking, yoga, and trail running, you might come to look forward to your treadmill day because it isn't the only thing you ever do.
Many have said I do things.
This is my first day on the job.
In Jimmy's first office job, he had an internship where he took the work of mechanical engineers and digitized it with a computer program. The first 2 weeks of this job were amazingly exciting for him. He was learning how to use a new software program, getting to know the team he was on, and generally adding value in a line of work that was completely foreign to him.
This is new for me.
After training, Jimmy received his first assignment, which was a draft of an automotive trunk hinge. He took the hand-drawn draft from the engineer and set about recreating it on his computer. It took him all day because he wanted to get it right.
Want to get it right?
He was so proud when he saved the file and emailed his boss that he completed the assignment. Jimmy was rewarded with a new assignment, another drawing of a hinge. This one fits inside of truck's hood, which was interesting, but it was still a hinge.
That's a freshly oiled hinge.
He finished this one in 6 hours to receive his next reward, another hinge. With each assignment, Jimmy became more proficient, faster, and more productive. Soon enough, he was finishing 7 to 8 drawings in a single day, as there just wasn't much variability and he could work on autopilot mode. This is just about the time when Jimmy started hating his job.
I hate my job!
Days dragged on. The challenge became work and he lost all that initial enthusiasm that came with the such high pace of learning. Jimmy have found that as long as he is learning and feel as if the job forces him to adapt, learn, grow, and change, he loves work.
I love you. And you love me.
New job, new phone.
After that internship, Jimmy actively marketed himself for sales roles out of college. He took one that absolutely stretched him every day. His product offerings were varied and his customers worked in a wide range of industries. Jimmy struggled to succeed for months but never hated the job, even though he wasn't producing anywhere near what was expected. The challenge and his pace of learning shot him out of bed like a rocket every morning. Until 3 years later, he was one of the top productive people in the company.
You are the best of the best!
Most leaders would have milked Jimmy for as many as productive years as possible. He was lucky to have a manager who understood that Jimmy performed best when the challenge in front of him was uncertain. The manager asked Jimmy to replicate his success by building a small team of recent college graduates and teaching them how to prospect.
Then I am your master.
Jimmy was offered no additional money. His title stayed the same. None of his current responsibilities were taken away from him to make time for that assignment. You are probably wondering why Jimmy felt fortunate to have this manager. Jimmy couldn't have been more energized. He had to learn how to recruit, do interviews and on-board meetings, train new employees, manage direct reports, and generate results through others.
God, I love my job.
He did his job during the day, and in afternoons and evenings his role played with his new team. Jimmy watched them grow and they became a close-knit unit. That role was incredibly exciting, as he got to keep doing a job he loves while learning new skills. That assignment led to multiple promotions once Jimmy proved that he could build successful teams. With each promotion, he was forced to learn new territories, new product offerings, new teams, new challenges. Jimmy loved work for nearly 20 years, largely because he worked for so many great managers who kept giving him something new while still working on his previous role. If Jimmy's company was considering a change, he was asked what his opinion was. If they were testing a new product or process, Jimmy had opportunities to conduct pilots. Jimmy raised his hand for every corporate project, understanding he wouldn't get paid 1 cent for the additional work. In doing so, his skill set grew, and long term, he earned much more money than what he had been selfish early in his career.
Conclusion inevitable.
Jimmy left his company to start something new. His reason was simple. The challenge just wasn't there anymore. He left his company, but after 13 years, it was just starting to feel like more of the same every year, and his pace of learning had decelerated to a point where he wasn't satisfied. In other words, Jimmy stopped off the treadmill so he could vary up his routine. Now, Jimmy is learning something new every day, often in humbling fashion. He is starting a business in an area where he had zero experience, which stretches him in new and exciting ways every week. Just like in his first sales job, small failures are motivating him now, whereas small wins were putting him to sleep. If you are looking to hate your job less, you might not need to step off the treadmill. You might just ask your manager for more. Ask if you can take something off his plate. Ask if you can take on a new project or propose a new idea. Ask for responsibility that you know will stretch your current skill set. Ask if you can take on a different role. You might just be surprised with how much more exciting your job becomes.